Hey guys, and welcome again to another edition of me playing Hawken. We're going to go ahead and just jump into any mode at the moment while I talk just briefly about what I've done. I actually have purchased yeah. I bought a bunch of internals and some items for my mech, hoping that that's going to actually keep me alive a little bit more than I was before. That said, I know the internals work pretty damn well for my setup, so it's the items that are going to be a little bit newer for me, so we'll see how I do with that. That said, I accidentally bought one of the higher level internals, and that wound up costing me a little bit of money, so I wasn't able to get everything that I probably should have, but that's okay. We've got some stuff to work with for right now, and we're gonna play around with that until we can get things going. So we are not actually gonna take him on right this second. We are going to do what we can with this, and hopefully, yeah, get some kills out of it. Damn. Okay. Well, that was good and bad. I mean, we did get 2 kills, I think, but somebody else got us right at the end. One guy looked like he was a little bit confused as to what was going on. Yeah, we're not gonna.
1 minute remaining.
We're not really gonna mess with that a whole lot. We'll let those two battle it out and have fun. We only have a minute. I do actually want to take this thing and get it into something a little bit more a battle that's a little bit more legitimate than a straight up fight like this. I mean, not that this is illegitimate, just that I'm not very good at it, and I do think that in a siege and an assault, I think that we'll really be able to see whether or not this mech can kind of stand up and hold its own, or if it's really more of just a one-on-one brawler, which it is pretty damn good at. So you know, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about that at all. I'm just curious. Probably really should have gotten the machine gun
Mission failed.
turret rather than the rocket turret, but again, I was a little bit lower on funds than I wanted to be, simply because I goofed up as to what I was getting, so. Yeah, we're gonna, you know what, I think we're gonna wind up leaving this and intentionally pick either a siege or a missile assault, and we'll see what we can do. Missile assault tends to be a little bit more fast-paced, and siege tends to be a little bit more, a lot of guys all at the same time. You know, it's really kind of hard because I want to do both. We're going to take a siege, see how long it lasts, and if it's not real long, if it doesn't take real long, then we might pick up a missile assault at the end of it. If it's a 40-minute siege, obviously that'll just kind of be the end of it, and I'll see what I think of this particular mech by the end of that. So, yeah, let's just kind of play along with it and see what we can do, and you know, hope things work out for the best with it. So, last eco. This is... Did I pick siege or did I pick missile assault? I picked siege. I thought this was a smaller map. This could be really weird for siege. It is the very beginning of the siege, so we may not actually wind up doing more than one of them. So we'll kind of see what happens here, and we'll play along with it, and we'll kind of go from there. Yes. Yes, yes, we want to kill them. They want to kill us. Less. We need more people, not less people. I take it not a lot of people like getting into Siege, I guess because it takes too long or something. Either that or Siege on this map really isn't that fun. I don't know. I'm kind of curious as to why so many people have left Siege. I actually really tend to, you know what, honestly, I like all the modes in here. I like the game, so. Yep, I'm Prusk again. There's a big Yay, we were about to start! Okay, this is really kind of getting annoying. If this doesn't happen here in the next, I'm gonna say about 30 or 40 seconds, then we're gonna switch over and pick up a missile assault, so we'll see how that goes. My guy isn't ready. Both of the guys on the other team are. We're gonna go have fun and see how we do. Binds you to the terms of the life and death policy of whatever it is. I actually should go through, pause that, and read what it actually says. I'm vaguely amused by it. Pass, pass, pass. Is there a fail here? No, they're all pass. Okay. All the weapon subsystems, yada yada. Weapon systems. Match starts in 5, 4. I wish. Come on, come on. Yes, I'm being impatient. Wow, that's awful. That I'm this impatient this quickly. That's actually really just bad. I don't know that I've done Siege on this map before. I guess we'll get to see how we do. Alright, let's go. Go, mama, go. Ooh, not good for me. Really just kind of bad. Bad situation all the way around. And that lets them get an advantage. I don't think I had my teammate with me. I think it's just me. This is going to wind up screwing us here in the long run, if that's the case. So this is one that we want to get as much energy as quickly as we possibly can from. Going. And that guy took the exact same strategy I have. As soon as I get up to max energy, I just run. I don't even bother worrying about it. So we'll see how that plays out this time around. I mean, obviously, it's not a good thing that they're that far ahead of us at this point, but hopefully we'll have enough people that we can kind of, get to the AA and get everything sorted out. And that is going to be the exact thing that I do here in just a second.
Enemy battleship preparing to launch.
Alright, so we have just under 200 points, so once we get their battleship down, we should be pretty easily capable of, pretty easily capable of getting our stuff up in the air. But yeah, AA is exactly what we want to hold right this second. Yep, and that's exactly what we want to do. There we go. Oh, yeah, why did I do that? For some reason I thought that I was standing over one of the repair things and my brain just kind of largled on it. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. Yeah. I really do like this mech. I do think that it is kind of a solid machine. I do think that it's pretty damn capable for taking on and kind of surviving matches and stuff. So we'll see how we can. There we go. And that's going to be, I have enough energy to get this thing finished off. One way or the other. And let's get this started. No, get to the AA. Yep.
Battleship preparing to launch.
There we go. And this is how we do it.
Battleship launched. Defend anti-air. Help requested.
Damn, that really wasn't good for me. But does look like we wound up getting quite a bit out of that, and it does look like we're going to hold the AA, which means that we're going to be able to take out.
Under attack.
Yep. They don't quite have AA. Or they're gonna wind up going after energy and.
Battleship preparing to launch. Battleship launched. Lockdown anti-air. Anti-air launched. Anti-air launched. Enemy sighted.
There we go. And that's exactly what we wanted to do. Nice. Very nice. This is an interesting fight. It's a hell of a fight. Gotcha. Wow, that's a hell of a lot of health that I need to regen. Not gonna happen. Yeah. I really needed to get myself back up. Alright, so that's us. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, wrong direction. I see you. Come on. Very nice, very nice. Yep, and there we go.
Enemy sighted. Ability activated. Overload.
Not yet. Damn. Two of them. Just a little bit too much. Alright.
Battleship launched. Defend anti-air.
Yep, we're coming.
Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted.
Alright. Yeah, I'm sorry. For some reason I'm just being quiet as hell this time around. So, not really what I wanted to do. I'm really kind of enjoying this mech though. Nice. That was, yeah, really dumb on my part. That was just stupid. I was trying to take out that guy and yeah. Just insanely dumb.
Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted.
Got him.
Enemy sighted.
Nice. Really? You really don't like me, do you? Can't really say as I blame him.
Enemy base defenses critical.
No. They're unbalanced because...
Enemy sighted.
Wow, that didn't take long, did it? 3, 2, 1.
Battleship defenses critical.
Ay, ay. Yeah, this actually, I mean, I hate to say this, but this really wasn't the best fight to compare this mech for, just because of the fact that it's... Nice. Very nice.
Battleship destroyed.
Just because, I mean, I don't know. I mean, can I really say that it's the fault of the mech that we dominated this entire thing?
Enemy sighted.
That said, in a fight like this, you can actually kind of use your you can use your cooldown, your ability to kind of spin up and spin down to your advantage. So
Enemy battleship preparing
you
to
don't
launch.
have it's not 100% that where you wind up burning out of heat really quickly. I've actually been able to manage it a lot better than I thought that I was going to.
Lockdown anti-air.
Yeah, this isn't going to take us long.
Enemy sighted. Anti-air launched.
That said, gotcha. That's all I needed to say. I got their incinerator. I almost got their whatever the hell he is, a predator, as well. That was. I want to say that was pretty significant. I mean, just because of the fact that.
Enemy battleship defenses critical.
Aw, come on, they hit us.
Anti-air launched. Battleship destroyed. Enemy sighted.
He really doesn't like me.
Enemy sighted.
This thing is actually really damn good for going up and taking on berserkers. It's got enough health that it's
Help.
difficult for them to keep going. Uh-huh. That was probably a dumb shot, but... Did I do that? Yeah. I think I accidentally... Oh, okay. That's what killed me. So I did get him, though. I dropped my... I dropped an HE grenade and got him right as... right as that hit.
Help requested.
Yeah, we've got this.
Help requested.
Got the AA going in. The E. Oh, right. Because I'm an idiot. I went to the wrong direction, but we're going to get this dropped and we're going to take care of this.
Battleship preparing to launch.
We are going to take care of business right here, right now, and we are going back to our AA.
Battleship launched. Defend anti-air.
we're gonna put that right there.
Enemy sighted.
Yeah, that's not gonna that's not gonna last me real long, but it did keep them. Kept God, 3 of them running away from me. That's I don't even know what to say to that. I've never had that many. I've never had people run away. Yeah, I've never had people run from me like that before. It's kind of funny. But that's the thing is,
Success.
I've always been a very aggressive player, and this particular mech really plays to that. If you can kind of time it, and if you can play with your weapons, and it does very well. Obviously, even in a situation like this where, you have the 2 guns which overheat really damn quickly, but at the same time, you get so much from it. My God, that's a lot. But I got a little bit of money too, so yeah, and I do think that the incinerator is probably going to be the next mech that I actually save up for. But I'm gonna play around with this one, even though it starts at max level. I think I'm gonna play around with this one for a while, just because of the fact that I think it fits my style. I mean, as I was saying before, I think the incinerator really does too, and that's one of the things that I'm gonna take into account. As you know, of all the mechs that I've played, of all the test mechs that I've played, the incinerator platform has been one that's really I felt was really good to me. And I honestly, I was really kind of afraid because I'd heard some really mixed reviews about the G2 Assault. I thought that some people might be right that it just isn't a good mech. But honestly, the impression that I'm getting is that you have 2 different camps. One camp is one that actually ground through, or most of the way through, the standard assault mech, and they figured out what they were doing with it, and they knew how to play it to their particular style, and they really liked it. And then there's the other side of it where somebody just jumps in and goes, "Oh wow, that's a level 2 mech. It's got to be really awesome. I've got to get it." And then they find out that, hey, look, it's only got 1 weapon set. You've only got the one thing to work with, and unless that's really, really your style, it might not be something that's really, really powerful for you. Although for me personally, I find that it's just a touch better than the standard assault. Not like a huge difference, but it's just enough better to make those differences. It's got a slightly faster dodge time. I mean, you do overheat a little bit more quickly because you're firing both guns at the same time. But if you can kind of be situationally aware of it, and if you're used to using the Vulcan cannons, I think that's something that you can kind of be aware of as you spin up time, and you know about how long it takes you to spin up. So you spin down as you're going around a rock and whatever, and once you get to a certain point, you start spinning back up. And if you guys will pay attention to what I'm doing with it, you kind of see me doing that. But I don't see why people don't like this mech. I mean, it's not. I don't think that it's something that's just going to automatically, you sit in it and you dominate everything else. And I'd had people say that, I do better in my CRT recruit. I think what happened was that particular guy went, bought money, bought credits. The first thing he did was bought what he thought was the best mech in the game, and it just didn't fit his personal preference and his style. And that's fine. I mean, this thing isn't for everybody. If you have a very aggressive style but you can still play a balance with it with your weapons and with your heat, I do think that this is a very good mech to play with. I think it's something that, as long as it suits you, it's something that I would really go for, and I'm very glad that I picked it up. I'm very glad that I had, I sat there and I worked for this thing, and you guys have seen me work for it, and I'm very glad that I actually, put the time and effort and energy into earning this mech. It's something that I think will be good to me for a long time. That said, I do think that I think I could do a little bit better with some different internals. As I'd said before, I bought some items, basically the cheapest items on the list. I do want to switch out the R turret for the MG turret, and switch out the detonator at least for a possibly what I want to wind up going with is like the EMP portable scanner, and the machine gun turret. So, basically what I was trying to set up for with the other mech, or with the standard assault, and I think I'm just going to stick to that with this particular assault, simply because, this one, not that the standard assault is bad, and not that I don't like it. I think that under certain circumstances, because of the fact that you have 3 different primary weapons available to you, it might be a more viable option, but it's just, this thing, I stick to what you know, and as I've heard somebody said before, I am stuck, nailed, and riveted to what I know. And what I know is being very hyper-aggressive and picking and choosing something to match my style, I think has really, really been good to me. And the other thing that, as I was saying, I think the G2 Assault is very good for taking on some of the lighter classes. You can tear them apart as long as you can kind of train on them for long enough to do that. And I think as long as it's, I mean, for me, it's only one at a time. I'm really not good enough to take on 2, but if I take them on one at a time, I can take on 2 or 3 before I wind up dead, simply because of how quickly they go down. Obviously, if I get 2 berserkers, both of them with their cooldowns, I'm going to be shredded really, really quickly. But if I can do it, in time, get the berserker down, use my internal, which actually one of them is the armor fuser, which, as you guys may or may not know, getting a kill reconstructs 13% of my max armor over 20 seconds. So I'm getting a heal as I'm killing the guys, and that's actually something that I'd used for my standard mech for death from behind for a long time. The armor fuser, the deflectors, and I forget what else he had. Whoops, wrong one. Repair kit, which gets 15% more armor from repair orbs. Might actually purchase that here simply because of the fact that I think that would be good. Kind of a good switch out if the power surgery isn't working as well for me. It just increases your run speed by 25% for 10 seconds after getting kills. That kind of allows me to chase down guys who are running away from me. If I get 1 kill, it either allows me to chase down or get the heck out of the situation. And I think it's the slight increase in health on the G2 Assault, combined with the specific weapons that really just kind of suit my playstyle. This one is a little bit better for me specifically than the other assault, which I loved the standard assault to death. So, I mean, you guys watched me sit here and play it for, 20-some hours just to earn the G2, and I'm happy with both of these mechs. So, to the guys who make and create Hawken, if any of you ever see this, thank you for both of these. I really, really do enjoy these guys for their play style. Anyway, yeah, I know, brown nosing, just leave me alone. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end this one here. And we'll go ahead and come back to this in the next day or two, and we'll probably run through the G2 Assault, put it through its paces, probably wind up getting into every single combat style, and I might even just go purely straight up deathmatch for a little while, just to see if I can't get as good with it and good enough with it to go and kind of kick ass and take names, because I've heard that it's actually really, really good for straight deathmatch. So, anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.